So I just stood outside this new purchase by Mitch. It's going to be a 9-bedroom HMO, and I'm going to ask Mitch some questions around how he's turned this into a 9-bedroom and what he's doing to force the value up both of the rent and the NGDV. So Mitch, the main thing we want to discuss and cover on this is the loft conversions. So on this one you're doing loft conversion, you've got another one around the corner. So how does that work? Yeah, just tell us how it works. Do you need planning? Is it like under the permitted development?
Yeah, so ultimately we always do loft conversions on all of our HMO projects because we want to basically maximise our available space. So obviously, like, sweat the asset, like, you know, make the most out of it that you can. Obviously, it will be done under permitted development. You can obviously make a loft conversion larger, but obviously you then obviously need full planning applications. So we always do it under permitted development. And as you can see, because this is a semi-detached house, that allows us to go 50 cubic metres in the loft, whereas if this was a terraced house, you can go up to 40 cubic metres. So that would allow us to create 2 additional bedrooms upstairs and also an off-suite. And we've got one around the corner as well, haven't you? It's like it's my property, but you've got one around the corner that is a terrace one, which is nearly finished as well. So make sure you keep on watching, because we'll take you around to there and show you the numbers and the difference in that one. Yeah.
And should we go inside then?
Let's go and take a look.
So we're in it now, Mitch. How far into are you? Like, what's the plan with this? I know, like, is this going to be a room here? Like, what's the structure? You're going into the loft, obviously, that's what we're talking about. So, so what would the difference be between if you had it as a just straightforward HMO, no loft conversion? How many rooms would you get there? Price-wise, what would the GDV roughly look like?
Yeah. And
rent look like compared to going into the loft, and what's the difference, kind of thing? So.
Yeah, so if it was a 7-bed, you'd get roughly about a 600, 625 valuation. So you could probably do a 7-bed on the existing footprint with no loft conversion. Okay. So where we're going up into loft, obviously we can create the 2 additional bedrooms. And obviously there's an ensuite and an off-suite up there. So yeah, so obviously the difference in NGDV for that, generally on refinance we're getting roughly about 85 grand a bedroom. Okay, and did I say a 9 or 8 bed at the front? I think I might have said 8. Yeah. It's a 9 though, isn't it? Yeah. We've got floor plans to draw up as a 9. Obviously it's subject to planning because we need to go through the planning process. But I think as an 8 bed it would value up at 675. And as a 9 bed, if it's a commercial valuation, which is purely just valued based on the rent, I mean, it should be somewhere 750, something like that. So. Okay, and what's the cost involved? What's the structure involved? Like, how do you see when you come into these, if you're going to do a loft conversion, what is your thought process? Is there a minimum head height? Is there a minimum sort of structure and layout that you're looking for when you come in? Yeah, I mean, so actually the head height in the loft, so from your joist to your underside of your pitch, needs to be like 2.4 or more. This one's actually 2.35. So what we're actually doing here is we're gonna, obviously once the chimney breasts are out, we're gonna actually take the joist out and we're gonna drop the ceiling heights. Right. And that will create the additional space up in the loft. You need new joists anyway, don't you? They're different style joists for a loft than they would be. Yeah, obviously we'll have steel, like a steel frame, and then we'll run new joists anyway. So yeah, basically we'll strip that all out, and we've ultimately got to drop the ceilings to create the head height in the loft. So if you'd think, a normal, which we'll go and see on the other project, but you could just do a normal loft conversion with a dormer, which basically stops on your plate. That would just give you 1 additional bedroom upstairs, but we can actually develop the outrigger on this. It'd almost be like an L-shaped loft conversion. Right. And that allows us to get 2 bedrooms upstairs. Okay. So that's how we're creating 2 bedrooms. But obviously, if we go over here, you'll be able to see where the staircase will go up. So obviously, this space is really important because this is where ultimately that's where you're going to put your new staircase up and into the loft. Right. So. And would you have to move this door around? Like, is it still? Yeah, it's been reconfigured because this is actually 2 bedrooms here. So we've got to create openings to create a hallway into that bedroom in that corner. So yeah, it's a bit of jiggery pokey, but it's. And I can't remember, did you mention the rent? So what's the difference in the rent as well? So in terms of the rooms upstairs? So
yeah, to get the extra 2 rooms in. So if you do a loft conversion as opposed to doing a 7-bed.
Yeah, so if we obviously we're doing the loft conversion, so those 2 bedrooms upstairs, we always work to an average room rate of about 8 to 850 per month. Generally, those bedrooms upstairs in the loft are quite nice, as well. They're quite desirable as well because they're up out the way, which people like. So, you know, working off that, I mean, you know, your loft can technically generate 20 grand a year in rent. So when you're spending 40 grand on a loft conversion,
so an average loft conversion will be 40-ish grand.
Well, that's what we're doing them for.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would probably say, oh, how do you do a loft conversion for that? But, you know, just to confirm, we've got like an in-house build team, so we're not going out to main contractors and paying contractors rates. You know, we're basically buying all our own material, and obviously we've got the guys on day rates, so we can build at cost really. So lofts are generally costing us about 40 grand, but you know, if you consider we're getting roughly 85 grand on the refinance per bedroom, you know, that loft could technically be worth, you know, 160, 170 grand. And
then you're getting how much per year in rent or income?
For 2 bedrooms, you get about 20 grand a year.
So yeah, 2 years you just paid the loft conversion back with just from the rent alone, let alone the uplift in value.
The thing is, it's worth doing the loft anyway, because if you're getting roughly 85 grand per bedroom on your refinance, you'll get all of the cost back for the loft anyway on your refinance. So yeah, it's always worth doing. To do 1 bedroom up there, you would just stop the dormer on the plate. It'd be like a normal dormer.
What do you mean by the plate when you say the plate?
So where the back of the house almost stops, but you know, so you wouldn't have like an L-shaped dormer.
Ah, right. So you've got that L shape at the back of this house here as well. Yeah.
So what we've found is to do a dormer, the cost of a dormer like that, or the cost to do the outrigger, it doesn't actually cost that much more. Probably it's about maximum 5 grand of extra cost. So you think, well, even if you don't get planning approved as a 9-bed, you know, even if you got planning approved for an 8-bed, but then had another communal room, it's still worth having the additional space, because for what you pay, it's like 5 grand for the bedroom. So
yeah, and a much better bedroom, desirable bedroom.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, should we go round to this other project that's further on, and to see where it's at from now?
Yeah, let's head around there.
So we'll just come around to another one of your projects, Mitch. Do you want to run through what this is? It's actually not a project I thought. Mitch has got so many projects. He's got another loft conversion that's even further on than this, but I don't think we'll get there today. But what's this one, Mitch? What do you pay for this building? What you doing to it? How many bedrooms?
Yeah, again, this is going to be a 9-bed HMO, obviously subject to planning. We're just going through the process now of planning, but we bought this house for 300 grand, and this is about our week 15, so about week 15 on.
And what week was you on that other one?
That's week 2.
Right, and week 15?
Yeah, so week 2, week 15. We've got another one around the corner, which we're about 27 weeks. So, but this one, we've done the loft conversion on this already, hence why we're starting to drop the scaffold. So, yeah.
And we probably could do some B-roll, can't we, of the actual painted and finished sort of
the other one
as well. So we'll stick some B-roll at the end of the completed finished one, because we won't have time to get round to there. So let's go in and have a look at the loft, and I'll ask you a few more questions around this and just clarify a few more bits with that as well. So look, we're back inside here. You can see the stairs have gone in, same sort of style the stairs will go in on that other one, if I'm correct. So just to clarify with everybody though, when Mitch was saying about planning, the planning application, that's for going to a 9-bedroom HMO. You're doing the lofts under permitted development. So is this another permitted development one? Because you said if you don't do permitted development, you can go bigger. So have you gone permitted development with this one also?
Yeah, so this is, again, this house, unlike the other one's semi-detached, we go 50 cubic metres here. This is a mid-terrace. So we can only go 40 cubic metres in terms of loft extension here. But that is all done under PD. You can make that loft conversion bigger, but if you go above sort of the requirements for PD, then you have to have a full planning application. But we just do them under PD. The planning applications are to go from C4 to sui generis.
So C4 is a HMO under 6 bedrooms, sui generis is above 7 bedrooms.
Exactly.
But this would have initially been a C3 for anybody. It sounds pretty technical, but a C3 base is a residential home. A C4 is
a 6-bed HMO.
Yeah. So you get it under permitted as well, don't you? So you turn it from.
You ultimately just submit a lawful development certificate, and that basically allows you to be a 6-bed HMO under permitted development.
Okay, cool. So we'll go up here and we'll look. This is a slightly different shape one, you said, isn't it, from the one around there as well? So
yeah, so you will see this up there. So we have done like the L-shaped.
Oh, you've done it with this?
Yeah,
okay,
so we've we've developed the outrigger to create the 2 bedrooms upstairs. We've got the plasterers upstairs. It's a little bit messy, but you'll get the idea.
Okay, let's go. So this is the L part, is it? So
exactly, yeah. So the back of the house would generally stop about there. So if you was to do a normal dormer, your dormer would come across and your windows would be here.
Oh right, so this is a ginormous.
So obviously by developing the outrigger, you can create, well, this bedroom is like another 10 square metre bedroom, so.
And is this because it's got this L shape? You couldn't do this on just a normal house that didn't have this like extension?
No, exactly. Yeah.
So that's created that extra room there, and that's going to be the off suite there. That's going to be
the off suite, and then this is going to be kitchen, ensuite. Then we do a little office in there.
Oh wow! So again, this is a real desirable. This is probably close to £1,000.
This is £1,000 a month bedroom, yeah. So.
As a rent. So let's run through the numbers on this one as well. So similar sort of like development cost, about 40k to develop this.
To develop the loft, yeah. In total, works will be roughly about 175, 180, but for the loft, we're about 40 grand.
Okay, excellent. And as I said, what we're going to do is show you the completely completed one, pretty much, with painting on there, to show you the difference with that. And again, that's under planning. So if people want to work with you, Mitch, I know at the moment you do free tours and you're just in the process of sort of like setting up your little club where people can get supported through the different stages of these. So how's that going to work? How can they get involved with that if they want to get involved with it? It's like a membership, isn't it? Rather than a high ticket thing or a free day if they're not interested in that. So you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I mean, as we're specialising in HMOs, we are getting a lot of traction with potential investors now that want to explore HMO as a strategy, or maybe they're doing smaller scale HMOs and they want to do bigger scale HMOs, because obviously everything we do is sui generis. So I'm going to put together a HMO club, and that's going to be a sort of like a monthly membership where you'll have obviously like-minded investors and developers in a community, and you'll actually get hands-on experience where you'll come down maybe once a month and you can actually physically see the HMOs, all the various stages in action, ask you questions, Q&A, with my financiers, my commercial brokers, with my build team and stuff like that. And then also we'll have online monthly Zoom calls and summer socials and community meetups and stuff like that. So
yeah, amazing. And it's going to be a low price point, so it's going to be affordable for most people as well. One of the most powerful things you can do when you're going to move forward in your journey is getting the right environments. Environments dictate results, and especially with HMOs, HMO is not a strategy you should be doing just from a weekend course or going for a day course. You need to have either experience in developing properties or somebody that can hold your hand along the way. And if you join a partnership like this, it's going to be absolutely perfect, because you're going to, when you find a deal, you'll have that support network there, and you'll see the different deals and the way they overcome the challenges. Because what you get paid for with HMOs and bigger developments is how you navigate challenges. The bigger the challenge you can navigate, the bigger the reward you will get paid. So seeing it in hand will give you confidence. You'll be in that environment. It'll be absolutely massive. So I massively encourage you to click the link. It'll be somewhere around the description. Either be a waiting list or it'll be up and running depending when you're watching this video. And you do free tours if somebody don't want to commit like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we've got a free HMO tour. I mean, at the point of recording this, it's actually tomorrow. Yeah. So obviously by the time this is uploaded, it would have happened. But yeah, I put those on. Obviously we're generating a lot of interest. We get, I mean, I've sent out people, about 300 people on the waiting list. So I'd imagine there'll be 50 to 80 people turn up tomorrow, weather dependent, and yeah, and we'll walk around 3 local HMOs and yeah, go through the whole thing. But yeah, so there will be, we'll provide value in terms of the free HMOs, but obviously the idea is that people then like what they see, they get a lot of value from it, and then they can step up into the club. Yeah. And like you said, I'll obviously hold their hands through that whole process, and you actually get hands-on experience. So
amazing. Make sure you give this a follow and subscribe.